Nick Einach with Champ School, and we'll get in a couple of notes. They'll say, hey, when I use my brakes at lean angle, when I initiate braking at lean angle, my bike stands up. And they often say when I grab my brakes at lean angle, that's the wrong verb. When you grab your brakes, the fork spring bottoms so quickly, the tire goes flat so quickly, the bike wants to stand up slightly. I'll just show you real quick what a grab does. You can watch the rear tire and see what a grab does. Just a straight up and down grab. If I see the back tire come off the ground, so you get lean angle, you stab that brake, the fork bottoms that quickly, and it wants to stand up because the tire goes flat that quickly. So if you'll change your verb, when you're in the corner and you need to slow the bike down, you see a problem, corner tightens, you got to stop your bike. If you will roll off and squeeze the brake, load that fork spring first, and then you can really stop hard. If you do accidentally grab your brakes at lean angle, stay with them. The bike will stand up, but then once it all loads up and settles, it'll turn again. It'll turn with that brake on, but that initial was a little bit too quick. If you really grab it, you could beat ABS, you could be on a non-ABS bike and fall down. So it's always smooth. You are always smooth on the brakes because every time you unload your mountain bike, every time you touch your dirt bike, every time you jump on your friend's bike, you're smooth with initial brakes. We can be quite quick with initial brakes, but we can't be abrupt. Find the difference between quick and abrupt. Quick and abrupt. That abrupt is what hurts you because those forks bottom, tire flattens out, bike stands up. So the riders who write, boy, when I grab my brakes at lean angle, my bike stands up, they are correct. That's exactly what happens. If we can be smooth with the brake lever every single time, and riders, when you're not smooth with initial brakes, you've got to berate yourself. If you're driving along in your car and your friend says, hey, there's our turn, and you stab the brake lever, you got to be tough on yourself. We've got to learn to load that front tire, load those front tires in a car before we work them. So we can actually go to the brakes quite quickly mid-corner, and you'll have to because you're a little bit panicked possibly because it's tightening, but we've got to go to them smoothly. Everybody good with this idea? And we practice it all our lives because when you really need it, when you run the thing off into a downhill corner and you get down in there, you've never seen it before and the corner really tightens and you've got to slow the motorcycle. Maybe you're on a bagger and the thing is dragging and you cannot add more lean angle. Maybe it's raining. Pick your excuse. You can't add more lean angle, but you can roll off and initiate brakes smoothly, quickly, and get that bike brakes on to tighten your radius. And so it always brings us back to trail braking. Generally speaking, we trail brake pressure into the corner because we go to the brakes before we steer. We go to the brakes, we build pressure, we start to trail them off as we add lean angle. But in this case, we are already mid-corner. We get mid-corner, the radius tightens. There's a deer standing there on the white line. You've got to go to the left of the deer. You've got to tighten your radius. You've got to pick up brakes at lean angle. And that is the exact point of this. We can go to the brakes at lean angle. We can go to brakes at big lean angle if we have that roll off the throttle, that smooth initial touch. Get that fork spring loaded, get that tire loaded, then that bike will really tighten up. If we grab it, stab it, it's going to be tough.